Good morning, ladies and gents. There's a couple of things we're gonna talk about today. Let's start with one of the most recent Nikita's posts on Twitter, where he finally posted a full picture of the hardcore wipe. He was posting small fragments, and so here's the text. So we had 3 pictures. We're gonna talk about this later on, explaining only the part of the upcoming changes for the next hardcore wipe. Various balances changes will be made to trading, availability of weapons, equipment, loot, bot behavior, quests, experience, skill leveling, and other attributes and parameters in order to create a unique experience of playing in harsh conditions. Several stages and progression are planned, within which balance changes will be made. Follow the news to find out all the details first. We're also closely monitoring player feedback and are already adjusting balancing changes in addition to the planned stages if necessary. Dear friends, let's go hardcore. So yeah, in this post, long story short, Nikita is saying that the beginning of the wipe is going to be very difficult. However, in my opinion, and I think BG will do that nevertheless, if the player base goes way too low, if the player base numbers drop, BG will make this wipe easier, and they will unlock more maps, as they talked about on Twitter as well. So, you know, since I haven't talked about this in my previous video, let's talk about this now. So the second picture of the hardcore wipe, I don't believe I talked about this. So there will be a restricted location accessibility. Most of the locations will only be accessible through transits from appropriate locations. So if you have a quest on woods, let's say, and only customs is opened up, you have to go into customs. From customs, you have to walk to factory, like physically on customs, you walk and you transit to factory. From factory, you transit to woods, and then on woods, you do your quest. It sounds very tedious and very time consuming, and I feel like if somebody is doing a quest on woods this way and the down woods once, twice, or 3 times doing their quest, I feel like they're gonna quit the game because it's not fun. All of this takes like half an hour to get to woods, and then you need to do your quest, and if you die a couple of times, a couple of hours are gone, so sounds very tedious for me. I also feel like people will be camping the transitions way more than this wipe because everybody needs to go to transits. Everybody needs to do quests on other maps. So why would people not camp this area? Secure container restrictions. Can't store ammo, currency, and certain medicine. So this raises the question, what's the point of secure container if you can't store ammo, currency, and the medicine, which I felt like is the main point of the secure container. I guess it's the keys and maybe some sort of loot. Limited trader interaction, reduced range available medicine, weapons, ammo, and armor. Reduced item selling price and increased purchasing price. This means that whenever you buy things from traders, like let's say you go to therapist and you want to buy cheese, you can buy cheese from her for 6,000 rubles, right? This is how much you pay for it. And if you sell, she gives you back 3.2k, which is like half of it, so 50% reduction. The next wipe is going to be like you're going to pay 9,000 rubles for cheese and she'll pay you back like 2,000. So, yep. I like this, except the restricted location accessibility. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, especially with how long transits take. You have to matchmake, you have to find a game. Also, the matchmaking will be slower on further maps because everybody needs to go through the previous transits to go on that map. Also, if your game crashes, you go back to stash. Like, I don't know, I feel like BSG need to really improve transit as a mechanic in order for this to work out, and even then it's going to be camped. You can share your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this edition next wipe, and let's talk about the next point. Next point, they said that here's the last screenshot of the hardcore wipe. 100% boss spawn chance on all locations. I think this is gonna lead to people farming bosses for gear, XP, and generally bosses are gonna be the like PvP loot area, which is a good thing. I think that's a good addition. Also, people will not be blocked by killing bosses during the quest line, because in the beginning of the wipe, when bosses have 10% chance, it's very difficult to kill Rishala and find his golden TT, and the same applies for the rest of the bosses. Reduced killing experience for killing enemies and dying. So when you kill enemies, you generally get less XP, and when you die, you get even less XP. There's going to be a small multiplier, even smaller multiplier on your XP. However, if you if you survive, there's an increased experience. So this kind of works towards making people survive more and care more about them surviving than like completing objectives and dying. This is a questionable one, increased AI difficulty, because we all know that never in eternity Tarkov bosses wallbanged you or naded you without even seeing you on their screen. So if this becomes even worse, if AI becomes even more cracked, I just hope that they don't track me through walls and they don't shoot me through walls. How's it gonna be? We're gonna see next wipe, I guess. So this kind of sums up the hardcore wipe details that BSG shared. They also said that they're going to be opening the maps up one by one. So let's say in the beginning of the wipe there's going to be a few locations available. Let's say customs, ground zero, and lighthouse. And like every week or like every 2 weeks, they're going to open an additional location up, so you can directly go to the map without transiting. They also mentioned that there are nerfs coming to scavs and to ref. Ref is like the most OP trader in the game right now. You can get 60 rounders, you can get GL, Val, you can get bullets like M61, BT, and SP6 from him. I think all of this is going to be gone next wipe. However, two things, they're still going to keep him OP compared to the rest of the traders, because in order to buy things from Ref, you need GP coins, and for GP coins, you need to keep playing Arena. And BSG want people to play Arena because the game is very low in population, and it's nearly impossible to find raids in Arena. So if Ref wasn't broken, nobody would play Arena for that, and that would make the game even more dead. Another thing is, those skin-like armors, they have to stay because we unlocked them through Arena Battle Pass if you've done that, and right now that's the only way to get them, buying them from Ref. So even though they're level 5, I think they're gonna stay on Ref unless BSG introduces a new mechanic of changing the skin. So you'll be able to like get the armor, right click on it, and select the skin you want. So unless that is coming in, I think those armors are gonna stay on Ref. Another thing that is happening today is that I think we're finally getting pre-wipe events, because every single boss has a 100% spawn chance on every single location. Like Reserve, you get Gluhar, Factory, you get Tagila, so on and so forth. As you can see, all the skulls next to every single map. And I think this is leading towards the wipe. Maybe we'll get the wipe next week, I am not too sure. However, I'm pretty sure this is a pre-wipe event. Alright, another thing that Nikita posted is a small teaser right here. It's a small video. Let's watch it. Some coding, ASMR, terminal location actually, funnily enough. This looks like an ARA location of terminal. I think I might know where this is located, so I don't know. If I have a lot of free time and nothing to do, maybe I'll go there, film it, expose how the map looks like. So there is a really interesting scene, this one in specific. This could mean two things. First of all, there might be a knockdown state, which we talked about in the previous videos. Your PMC might get knocked out and you come back to your senses in some time. Or this might mean that you can drag dead bodies. So if you kill somebody in the open area, you drag the dead body like next to a corner or a safe place where you can loot them. Third idea is this can be a cutscene for the main storyline, so we won't be able to drag people, but this is just a cutscene. I personally believe that we might be able to drag people, so yeah, I guess we're gonna see in the future. So I think this more or less sums up the whole video. I think there will be less people playing next wipe because it's gonna be very tough. Let me know down in the comments below if you in specific gonna be playing next wipe, if you're gonna be enjoying it, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more news, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, ladies and gents. I'll see you soon. Check me out on Twitch. Bye bye.